Okay, guys, imagine forgetting or ignoring all the safety information you've ever learned. So everyone is doing something hazardous all at the same time. No risk assessment, everyone is distracted, no one is in control. Oh, and you are using defective equipment bigger than a house. Yeah, sure, you're saying. Stop exaggerating. You're talking about the day of judgment or something. It could never happen. Well, it happened. Right here on this mine. And for Moses Bangani, it was almost the day of judgment. Let me tell you about it. This is Moses, a hard-working man who's always provided well for his family's needs. And with 2 sons growing up fast, there's a lot to pay for. But Moses is used to shouldering responsibility. Now, Moses was one of the mine's most experienced shovel operators, fast, efficient, and always at the center of action. Outside work, Moses was also at the center of action, having won many titles in karate and boxing. A strong, quiet man who commanded respect from all those who met him. But in just one afternoon, all of that was destined to change. Moses and his teammates were busy moving his shovel to a new position in the pit, a normal everyday task. What you do is you move the shovel forward and then you reposition the shovel's thick electrical cable and cable masts. However, on this fateful day, Moses' shovel started playing up. A warning alarm went off in the cab and the machine lacked power to go up the slope. But Moses had been on his job for a long time. He knew the procedure when equipment went wrong. He called for the shovel to be shut down until the mechanics could come and repair it. The shift foreman decided to move the shovel to a new position before shutting it down. Moses wasn't happy with this decision, but he went to help his teammates move the cable masts. A bulldozer was called in to help the struggling machine up the slope. Now there were too many hazardous tasks going on all at the same time. Yet no one stopped to consider the risks. Like everyone around him, Moses thought he should just get on with the job. The wheeled bulldozer driver moved back and waited, but he didn't put the blade fully down on the ground as safety procedures require. I'm told that you bulldozer drivers do this sometimes to save time. If you do, well, maybe you'll think twice after hearing this story. The team had been working on the shovel move for about 6 hours. Everyone was tired and distracted. No one was fully in control of what was happening. What everyone, including the wheeled dozer driver, failed to notice was that the huge machine was drifting forward. Moses, like everyone else on the job, had his mind on other things. Without realizing it, he positioned himself right in the line of fire. The drifting dozer suddenly nudged the sleds together. The steel sleds sliced into Moses' legs. He was trapped. People rushed to Moses' aid, but it was too late. The damage was done. Moses' left leg was badly injured and his right leg completely severed. Luckily, he was a tough, trained man who could endure great pain and remain calm. A lesser man would have died from the shock and the blood loss. He's a strong, determined man. He's learning to walk with an artificial leg. But there are many things that Moses can no longer do. He can't climb the steep steps up into the shovel, so he has to learn a new job at the mine. And he's lost his sense of balance, essential to a boxer. His wounds are healing, but inside, he is still struggling to adjust to his new life.
Ante ke tsamaisa maotlho yana gara tsone yana ke tsentse ke lakatsa gore ke ne operator ya garafu gobane ke dilo tse di ke ratile thata operator ke ntho e ke rata thata go gaisa a dilo di hita yana ke ke di kgalela gore ke be ke nna ke di laelang.
The bulldozer driver now finds it difficult to even look at a man who was once his closest friend. He can't forgive himself for his part in Moses' suffering. Of course, this disastrous incident wasn't Moses' day of judgment. It wasn't God's will. These incidents never are. They're almost always human failure, safety failure. The whole team allowed circumstances to take control of them. One way or another, they all ignored safety procedures. And one way or another, they're all paying a price for it. Keep fighting, Moses. We can't wait to see you back in the driving seat again. You're lucky to be alive. And thank you for your story.